Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are young and free. We've golden soil and wealth fertile. Our home is good by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty rich and rare. In history's page let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Vice-Chancellor, fellow council members, staff of the university, graduates, ladies and gentlemen. To members of a university, a ceremony for the presentation of awards is a particularly important occasion. To all of you, I extend a warm welcome. To graduates, I offer congratulations and best wishes. The university's mission commits it to achieving international excellence in education and research. In the area of teaching and learning, the university aims to provide an education to all students, which will equip them intellectually to the best international standards. The university's goal is to develop graduates whose knowledge, skills, abilities, and attitudes are highly valued. Graduates able to contribute to the workplace and broader community and have the opportunity to live rich and fulfilling lives. Whether you are here today to celebrate your first undergraduate degree, a postgraduate coursework degree, or the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, you have acquired comprehensive and well-founded knowledge in the relevant discipline, appropriate professional knowledge and skills, the ability to think laterally and logically, creatively and critically, and to use these qualities effectively in decision-making and problem-solving. Now, there are two critical tests of the quality of the education you have received from this university. One relates to your own satisfaction, and the other to the satisfaction of those with whom you work. As new graduates, you will have received the Graduate Careers Council of Australia's Graduate Destination Survey and the Course Experience Questionnaire. Responses to these two instruments by graduates from previous years demonstrates a very high level of satisfaction with their educational experience at the University of Newcastle. We hope that your experience has been similar. In addition, commencing salaries for Newcastle graduates continue to be higher than the national average, indicating that our graduates are highly competitive against those of other Australian universities. Employer satisfaction, as reported in the university's own employer survey, is also very encouraging. The speed and nature of change in our society today is such that whatever qualification you have completed, you will need to be engaged in lifelong learning to be and remain successful and valued as a citizen, an employee, or a manager. I'm confident that the skills which you have acquired during your study at this university will stimulate and the continuous search for more knowledge and understanding. These in turn will equip you to make significant contributions to the local, national, and in the case of many, the international community. In the area of research performance, your university currently ranks 9th out of the 39 public universities in Australia. It has an annual research income of about $25 million and a total annual expenditure on research projects, research scholarships and research infrastructure of about $36 million. It is an outstanding research achievement. I take this opportunity to remind those receiving their testaments today that as graduates of the university, you automatically become members of the graduate body, the Convocation. You thus join more than 50,000 other graduates worldwide and have an opportunity, through elected representatives, to become involved in the governance and development of your university. I now call on the Assistant Dean, Professional Experience of the Faculty of Education to present graduates from that faculty.
Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Teaching, Bachelor of Arts. Katrina Alcon. Scott Anderson. Sarah Armstrong. Vanessa Atkins. Corey Bartlett. Alison Boot. Jasmina Boudin. Amanda Brown. Angela Brown. Karen Bunt. Lisa Buckman. Erin Carroll. Rebecca Cassidy. Mari Christian. Andrew Clark. Sally Collins. Renee Conroy. Rex Cook. Michelle Cork. Graham Cox. Stacey Dahlman. Rebecca Dart. Lynette De Silva. Lisa Marie De Eulis. Alison Dixon. Emma June Draysons. Lisa Elsley. Simone Inks. Lyndall Flynn. Angela Gurler. Rebecca Gibson. Selena Googe. Peter Graham. Sean Graham. Shane Hall. Belinda Harden. Sarah Harley. Alicia Herbert. Nicole Hocroft. Joanne Hookway. Natalie Horn. Amy Hughes. Jade Hunter. Melissa Jackson. Helen James. Drew Janetsky. Erin Jarrett. Sarah Johns. Anne-Marie Johnson. Kylie Jones. Katrina Cowell. Rebecca Kearns. Leonie Kaiser. Angela Kelly. Glenda Kelson. Rochelle Knight. Simon Colin-Dracage. Penny Lagland. Rebecca Lamkin. Rosemary Lawton. Natalie Legg. Vanessa Laybourne. Jamie Lowe. Francine March. Good morning. Helen Morrick. Erin McCormick. Melissa McEwen. Simone McFadyen. Donna McGrath. Richard Metcalf. Tara Metcalf. Take Musters. Danielle Nardi. Stephen Newman. Tamara Nidri. Alison Northam. Fiona Osterveen. Amy Owens. Sarah Page. Bronwyn Perry. Craig Phillips. Naomi Pitt. Susan Pittman. Renee Porteous. Kate Pressbury. Stacey Radcliffe. Jacqueline Robbins. Kristen Robson. Melinda Rowland. Matthew Royan. Megan Reinhardt. Catherine Sawicki. Ian Scammell. Carly Pearson. Searson. Melinda Shadlow. Amanda Skelton. Claire Slee. Lisa Smallman. Callie Smith. Kelly Smith. Kim Smith. Stacey Smith. Tanya Staines. Katrina Steele. Melissa Stewart. James Tabuai. Amanda Taylor. Katie Tennyson. Jessica Thomas. Dana Turner. Tony Turton. Alison Wallace. Lauren Ward. Jason Warnican. Rachel Warner. Daniel Watson. Michelle Waugh. Cherie Weatherly. Michael Welsh. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Teaching, Bachelor of Arts, with honours, Class 2, Division 2. Jane Alexander. Matthew Barry. Christopher Blake. Diana Byrne. Elizabeth Chappell. Shelley Clinton. Tracy Corr. Belinda Crane. Amy Donaldson. Sarah Fitzjames. Cheryl Glover. Bianca Griffith. Amanda Hall Bartlett. Peter Harris. Emma Caselis. Tara Kaiser. Maria Kompatsos. Natalie Long. Chandel Monkley. Richard Nichols. David Ulrich. Wendy Parkinson Thompson. Emma Pennell. Jane Richardson. Sarah Scott. David Smith. Rachel Valentine. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Teaching, Bachelor of Arts with Honours Class 2, Division 1, Benjamin Cornish. Susanna Ether. Kim Harris. Amy Melmoth. Andrew Rutherford. Tabitha Wilkes. Chancellor, a university medal may be awarded to a candidate who has achieved first-class honours and displayed outstanding academic ability. In assessing ability, the graduate's record throughout the whole degree course is taken into account. In addition to achieving consistently high grades, graduates must have completed at least half of their degree requirements at this university. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Teaching, Bachelor of Arts with Honours Class 1 and the University Medal. Sky McDonald. Francis O'Leary. Carolyn Sharkey. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Teaching, Bachelor of Design and Technology. Andrew Banham. Sean Druitt. Chancellor, I present to you candidates who have satisfied the requirements of the award of the Graduate Certificate in Educational Studies, Stephen Hallinan. Anne Newen. Chancellor, I present to you candidates who have satisfied the requirements of the award of the Diploma in Education Primary, Simon Banks. Matthew Ross. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate for the award of the Diploma in Education and the degree of Bachelor of Arts Psychology, Benjamin Creebert. Chancellor, I present to you candidates who have satisfied the requirements of the award of the Diploma in Education Primary with merit, Alicia Goff. Laurie Mascord. Alison Newton. Sally Pilgrim. Danielle Snedden. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Master of Early Childhood Education, Mark Faulkner. Wing Kwok. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Master of Industrial Education, Garnet Dale. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Master of Leadership and Management in Education, Susan Benzie. Diane Blanche. Graham Campbell. Rosalind Kavanagh. Vincent Connor. Jennifer Crane. Simon Hurd. James Myers. Paul Van Rook. Sorry, on ahead. John Quinn. And Paul Van Rook. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Master of Special Education, Margaret Bell. Beryl Cumming. Carol Dominguez. Christina Giroukas. Louise Halpin. Heather Hearn. Robin Hoare. Michelle Jacks. Trevor Jones. Belinda Kelly. Andrew Kinneberg. Cheryl Langford. Susan McPherson. Wendy Minnis. Tanya Ninnis. Sharon Randall. Raymond Simpson. Julie Stewart. Annabelle Vant. Kylie Walsh. Diane Wheeler. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Master of Special Education, Sensory Disability, Karen Hull. Charmaine Mercer Mosley. David Milliken. Mary Popel. Sarah Thorne. Judith Voss. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of graduates from the Faculty of Education.
I call on the Deputy Vice-Chancellor to present a Research Higher Degree graduate.
Chancellor, the degree of Doctor of Education is awarded to a graduate who has successfully completed a prescribed program of study involving both advanced coursework and original research. The degree is only awarded if the program is judged to make a significant and an original contribution to knowledge and understanding in that branch of learning associated with the Faculty of Education. Today, the University is proud to honour the first Doctor of Education graduate who has satisfied these rigorous criteria for the award of the degree. Chancellor, I present to you Kenneth James Rodwell, Bachelor of Arts of this University, Master of Education of the University of New England, Chancellor, that completes the presentation of the research higher degrees.
I now call upon the Vice-Chancellor to present a candidate for an honorary degree.
Chancellor, I have pleasure in presenting to you Gillian Margaret Gale for admission to the degree of Doctor of Education, honoris causa. Chancellor, Gillian Margaret Gale, one of 4 children, was born in Tunbridge, England in 1936. Her family was evacuated to North Wales for 3 years during the Second World War. The language of the local schools was Welsh, and as a consequence, Gillian Gale did not attend school. When Gillian commenced boarding school at the age of 9, she was still unable to read. It was not until the age of about 16 that Gillian felt she had progressed to an ability level equivalent to the middle of the class. Gillian Gale's teaching career commenced in 1958 when she completed her primary teacher certificate at the University of London's Frobel Institute. From 1958 to 1973, Gillian Gale served as a kindergarten and primary relief teacher with the London County Council. At this time, she also performed duties as a receptionist at her husband's ophthalmology practice. In 1975, Gillian joined the Royal Victorian Institute for the Blind as a classroom teacher and later infant school coordinator. During the period 1975 to 1987, she assumed increasing levels of responsibility within the organisation, including coordinator of the assessment centre and research assistant to the consultant neurologist. In 1982, Gillian Gale completed the Graduate Diploma in Special Education Vision Impairment Award at the Victoria College in Melbourne. These studies strengthened Gillian's particular interest in the educational needs of students who are blind or whose vision is significantly impaired. Her expertise was acknowledged by sessional lectureships with Victorian and Tasmanian education departments, Deakin University, as well as several state and TAFE colleges. During this period, Gillian Gale was also invited as a visiting specialist teacher to the Republic of Nauru, a small Central Pacific island. Gillian Gale was appointed as a specialist advisory teacher at the Royal Victorian Institute for the Blind in 1988. In this role, she was responsible for planning and implementing programs for blind students in urban, rural and remote areas of the state. Gillian was subsequently recruited as the Education Officer for Vision by the Northern Territory Department of Education. The position, based in Darwin, involved the administration of territory-wide educational services for all students ranging in age from birth to tertiary level. Gillian's responsibilities included the supervision of specialist visiting teachers and production staff, who had responsibility for all alternative format provision for the Territory. Gillian Gale also taught Braille to prisoners and managed the Braille production programs in the Darwin and Alice Springs prisons. In addition to providing professional development for Department of Education teachers, the Aboriginal Eye Health Committee and other community groups, she was also a sessional lecturer to nursing and education students at Northern Territory University. In 1996, Gillian Gale joined the staff of Renwick College, Royal Institute for Deaf and Blind Children, as Radcliffe Fellow. She was appointed Honorary Research Associate of the college, then instructor within its continuing education program, teaching Braille Literacy Code to Master of Special Education students. In the latter half of 1996, Gillian completed a consultancy with the Queensland Department of Education. On returning to Sydney, she was appointed Acting Head of the recently initiated Vision Education Department at the Royal Institute. In addition, Gillian was responsible for conducting professional development activities for the Royal Institute and New South Wales Department of Education teachers. Gillian Gale has previously commenced work with Dr. Pat Kelly on the production of Towards Excellence, Effective Education for Students with Vision Impairments, Australia's first textbook on this subject. In 1996, Dr. Kelly returned to the United States of America, leaving Gillian to complete the publication alone. The publication is acknowledged as a seminal text and has been widely adopted throughout Australia, with sales in the United States, Canada, Britain, and parts of Europe and New Zealand. Gillian Gale completed a Master of Special Education Special Disability degree at this university in 1997, specialising in vision impairment. Since 1998, Gillian has been employed part-time with the Victorian Department of Education as a resource officer at its statewide Vision Resource Centre. She has also assumed responsibility as the educational consultant with the Royal Victorian Institute in Melbourne. Gillian is an Executive Committee member of Australian and New Zealand Heads of Education Services Vision Impairment. She is also the Executive member of South Pacific Educators in Vision Impairment, the major professional association for educators in vision impairment in the Australasian region. In 1999, Gillian represented Australia at the General Assembly of the International Council on English Braille held in Baltimore. From 1998 to 2000, Gillian actively recruited students for Renwick College new distance education programs in vision impairment and contributed to writing the text for the courses. Gillian's personal and professional contributions to the field of support for those with vision impairment has been substantial. She is widely recognised by professionals in the field of blindness and vision impairment as one of Australia's most influential and well-respected educators. Chancellor, it is with great pleasure that I present to you Gillian Margaret Gale, Teacher Certificate in Primary Education from the University of London, Graduate Diploma in Special Education Vision Impairment from Victoria College, and Master of Special Education Sensory Disability of this university for the award of the degree of Doctor of Education honoris causa.
By the authority delegated in me by the Council, I hereby admit Gillian Margaret Gale to the degree of Doctor of Education honoris causa. We will now have a musical interlude presented by Praetorium. They will play Years Go By Anne-Marie Johnson.
Years go by. Do I take them as they come? Let them wash right over me. Years go by. Or do I seize them, make them run with me into eternity? Days roll on. Do I wave as they pass, hoping one day they'll remember me? Days roll on. Or do I greet them in the morning, put them to bed when I am done? When my days have have gone, when seasons fade, will I remember these times with a smile on my face? Minutes fly. Do I look at them and laugh, thinking I'm the one who's counting them? Minutes fly. Or do I pause and recognize I couldn't stop them if I wanted to? Time withholds all her secrets from those who won't see with her eyes. Time withholds only wisdom from those who won't number their days. When my days have gone, when seasons fade, will I remember these times with a smile on my face? Little do they know, little do they see that time waits for no man. So consider every breath. Where has your last one gone, and where's the next coming from? How will you spend it wisely? When my days have gone, when seasons fade, will I remember these times? When my days have gone, when seasons fade, will I remember these times? When my days have gone, when seasons fade, will I remember these times with a smile on my face?
Thank you, Pretoria. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to invite Dr. Gale to deliver the occasional address.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, members of the Council, staff of the University, families and friends of graduates, and most importantly, graduates. I would first like to express sincere gratitude for the honour the University has accorded me, together with the field of vision impairment, by conferring on me an honorary doctorate. I'm very glad today to join today's graduates, particularly since I'm also a graduate of this faculty and this university. So to those of you graduating today, welcome to the club. It's a good one. I would encourage you to be justly proud of this large, vibrant and eminent university and of what it has enabled you to achieve. I hope that you will continue to support it by becoming active alumni and, like me, speaking with respect whenever the opportunity arises. University graduation is always a somewhat festive occasion, and today is a very special one for you as you celebrate your achievements. I congratulate you and your families and the friends who have supported you, as well as the academic staff who have taught, bullied and coaxed you through your degree courses with such commendable success. Really, it seems to me that that's all that needs to be said. And I'm very tempted to promptly sit down and to allow you, after the long but most significant ceremony, to get on with partying and celebrating the two activities that are really the rightful part of today. However, after this ceremony, I've accepted a lunch date with the university dignitaries. So, governed by the premise that we all know that there is no such thing as a free lunch, I shall fulfil my side of the bargain and speak to you, but very briefly. My purpose this morning is to encourage you, with the university's motto in mind, to look ahead and give thought to some challenges that face you as one of the university's most recent graduates, and then to suggest to you 3 fundamental issues that you can consider in your personal life, in your professional life. Let's get it right. From the myriad challenges facing you, let me call your attention to just 4 that I think are the most significant ones. The first challenge that I asked you to consider is to retain an open mind. Your 2001 Space Age degree launches you into a complex world of education that is replete with all the latest information, theories and practices. Whether you are young and just starting out, or older, or even perhaps as old as I am, seek out mentors. Soak up their wisdom if you can, and be serious about constantly widening your horizons. You can find mentors everywhere. In my professional life, my mentors have been my senior teachers, many of whom have often believed in me when I didn't, and my colleagues who have given me so generously their time and their expertise. Further, my mentors have been my friends who are blind, who have supported me and helped me gain some understanding of the challenges of their disability. Also, the many students I've had the privilege to teach who have daily dared me to extend my skills and boundaries. I have learned from them all, and I continue to do so. The challenge for all of us, as I see it, is to remember that what we know is much less important than what we still have to learn. The second of the challenges I've chosen is the challenge of choice. You will constantly have to make choices, and many of these choices will not be easy. Think very carefully before you choose, because in the act of choosing, opening some doors will inevitably close others, possibly forever. But once you have decided upon and made your choice, embrace it wholeheartedly and try to live it. There is little as destructive as not choosing. The third of the challenges I've chosen is one we often avoid considering. This is the challenge of disappointment. There will be times when you are disappointed. You may feel devastated, damaged, and devoid of hope. Very often we fear disappointment, and because of this fear, we fail to aim high. Rather, let me suggest that you aim high and risk having to cope with the challenges that disappointment brings. Try, if you can, to develop the moral energy to face failure. Embrace, if you can, the opportunity to seek help from others and the freedom to move on and to change direction when this is necessary. Finally, it seems to me that collectively, with regard to the many other challenges we face, the umbrella or ultimate challenge as human beings is to try to maintain a balance. It seems to me to be supremely important to try to engineer a balance between, for example, openness and choice, between family and work, and between our own needs and the needs of the community. We need to maintain a degree of constant attention as we attempt, through our actions, to readjust the scales by adding sometimes perhaps a tiny morsel of humour to a tense situation, or some gentle clarity in circumstances that are fraught with anxiety and ambiguity. I want to conclude by sharing with you 3 points that I believe may help you in your professional lives. They all conveniently start with P, so I've called them the 3 PowerPoints, just so you can remember them. The first PowerPoint is be proud of your profession. Value and treasure the work that you will do. You have worked hard to earn the title of teacher, so be proud to tell people what you do. Hold your head up high and be confident as you tell them of your chosen profession. I have often been at social gatherings and other professional meetings and heard the deprecating reply to someone's question, "Oh, I'm only a teacher." What is it about teachers that some of them devalue their profession? I'm not sure, but I ask you to remember that we together bear the huge responsibility for helping to form the skills and behaviours of the next generation. The history of civilization is replete with the names of great teachers. For example, Socrates, Plato, the Buddha, Christ, and nearer to our own time, Froebel and Montessori. I believe that at all times and in every way, we should be immensely proud of the work we do. As you teach, take every opportunity to encourage your students to develop a respect for teaching as an admirable, honourable and responsible profession. Bear in mind the words that Henry Adams wrote in 1907. A teacher affects eternity. We can never tell where our influence stops. The second PowerPoint is be prepared in your work. I was brought up in a household that lived in the grounds of one of England's oldest private schools where my father taught. From a young child, I knew that he never, ever went into class without first going up to his study to prepare his lessons. He was a classical historian, and year after year he asked his students to translate the same lines of ancient Greek and Latin into English. When I started Teachers College and thought I was clearly the latest authority on all teaching methods and practices, I questioned the necessity for such a meticulous preparation that my father obviously knew by heart, of the material he knew by heart. I can remember he looked at me quizzically and said quite quietly, "But I have new students every year, and I have to think about how each one of them will enjoy it." It was a great lesson to me, and I've never forgotten it. My final PowerPoint is to be present. Over the past years as a visiting teacher for students who are blind and vision impaired, I've had the privilege of spending time in many classrooms in most Australian states, as well as in classrooms in the Northern Territory. These have been classrooms in urban, rural and remote areas. Whereas one goes into a class to teach and advise the student and relevant staff, it's impossible not to pick up the peculiarly individual ethos of each classroom. I've often wondered what it is that contributes to a successful classroom. There are many things, of course, that might be responsible, but I think the common denominator in the classrooms that I would single out as good classrooms is the teaching environment in which the teacher is consistently present. She or he is utterly committed, vital, enthusiastic, and really lives in the classroom and makes the classroom a centre that is also alive for the students lucky enough to have that teacher. The great teacher has left the family, the staff room, the shopping and all other concerns either at home or at the classroom door. This is the teacher who recognises, grasps and maximises the teachable moment, who allows the students to learn through their own experiences, the one who also motivates and inspires the students to be present themselves, and who knows about every student professionally and personally. My first teaching round in the 1950s was with such a teacher. She had 47 very tough 11-year-olds in the slums in the East End of London. Class sizes were different then. She ran an interesting, vibrant, cohesive and busy classroom all day. But at 3 o'clock every afternoon, the class sat, utterly quiet, and had silent reading for half an hour. During this time, I noticed that she would always first look at the class roll, then apparently stroll randomly between the desks and talk with just a few of the students. When I asked her how she chose the students she spoke with, she said quite simply, "I always go through the roll to check who I haven't had personal contact with during the day. And I do it then. I want to be present for each student every day." What a magnificent lesson and example so early in my career. There are many teachers today who are proud of their profession, who are prepared in their work, and who are present for their students. My hope for you and for the students you will teach is that you will attempt to emulate them. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Gale, for your speech. I can assure you there is nothing further required for lunch. I would like to invite Dr. Kenneth Rodwell to speak on behalf of the graduates.
Chancellor, Deputy Chancellor, members of the Council, staff of the University, families and friends of graduates and fellow graduates. In the vocation of teaching, there's an interesting tension between theory, practice, and for that matter, administration. Academics are considered to be far removed from the reality of school life, administrators incredibly idealistic, and classroom teachers troglodytes who are unreceptive to anything other than their own classroom experiences. Now, these are exaggerated generalisations, but there is a grain of truth in each perspective, because each educational domain, although interrelated to the others, often exists in isolation. The Doctor of Education degree is a professional program that attempts to bridge the gap between theory and practice in instruction and school management. I'm not quite certain where being a Doctor of Education places me. I suspect it is somewhere like a plank on the bridge between theory and practice. At various times I've been a classroom teacher, head of department, deputy principal, teacher educator, and a school system administrator. As a student and academic, I was told that I thought like a school teacher. As a teacher, some of my colleagues considered that I was lofty and academic and not quite in touch. And today, as an administrator, it's assumed that I know very little about the classroom, but am considered to be terribly enthusiastic about what might be. I think it's vitally important in improving the quality of schooling for academics, administrators and teachers to interact more and have a greater awareness of each other's context. Let me share with you a number of short experiences that I have had that illustrate how easy it is to become out of touch with another schooling domain. During my research, my colleague and I were administering some surveys on the same day at two different schools. My colleague, a former teacher and renowned university lecturer, was to supervise the completion of the surveys in a classroom with about 30 Year 9 students. I was to do similarly in an assembly hall with 200 Year 7 students. When I met my colleague later in the day to compare notes, I could see immediately that he was quite distressed. He told me that he'd had a horrendous experience. The students had been defiant. They asked him who he thought he was and why should they fill in his silly forms. He inquired as to how I went with all those kids. I said it went very smoothly. I had the teachers bring the students to the hall and then I supervised them while they completed the surveys. He looked at me quizzically and asked how I was able to get away with that. And I reminded him that I was the school principal. He assured me that he wasn't going to go into another secondary classroom, and I don't think he has. Mind you, later in the week, in my spirited attempt to use a cooperative learning approach to teach the emergence of modern China, stood no chance against the chromosomes running wild in my Year 10 history class. Later, while supervising a beginning teacher, I was shown up by that class teacher. The young beginning teacher had planned and was implementing a very effective lesson. However, both of us were distracted by a Year 2 boy who persisted in crawling around the classroom. The beginning teacher had tried a range of behaviour management strategies. I scowled at the child, but neither of us had any influence on his antics. Eventually, I left the room to get the regular teacher. She quietly walked into the classroom, whispered to the boy, and gently led him to another part of the room. At that time, I was lecturing about some wonderful theories of classroom management. The bridges between theory, practice and idealism need to be well trodden. Now, the Doctor of Education degree, almost like no other degree, provides you with a rite of passage across those bridges into the domains of others in education. The Doctorate of Education has given me the opportunity to ground my practice in up-to-date theory. It has immersed me in a culture of learning and inquiry. It has reminded me of what it is like to be a learner and a disciplined writer. And above all, it has encouraged me to be reflective and empathetic, and I hope more supportive of my colleagues and a better teacher of my students. I'm very grateful for having had this marvellous opportunity to be a part of the doctoral program. I would strongly encourage you to continue with your formal learning. You may not realise that most of you have developed a very valuable vocational skill in completing your studies. You have fine-tuned the skill of having balance in your lives. Many of you have had a job, played sport, pursued a hobby or interest, have had an active social and family life while studying. Don't lose this skill of balance. You'll need it to enjoy your teaching career. I meet a lot of teachers who've done no formal learning since finishing their training, and for some, that was 20 or 30 years ago. Many of those teachers are now very threatened by the various government initiatives to improve teaching effectiveness, such as the Quality Teaching Project and the findings of the Ramsay Report. Yet the job of these teachers is to teach others to learn. Be wary of the fads in schooling, keep well informed, and be a lifelong disciplined learner, and you will enjoy your vocation. Graduating from a university program is a magnificent achievement. I congratulate you on your success and warmly welcome you into our wonderful profession of teaching. Of course, our success is not entirely our own. I'd like to acknowledge the contribution made to our learning by the University of Newcastle, the Faculty of Education and its staff. In my own case, I particularly express my appreciation to Professor Sid Burke for his perseverance with me over such an extended period. My principal supervisor, Associate Professor Phil Moore, for encouraging me to continue learning about learning, and my supervisor, Dr. Neville Schofield, for challenging me to finish and guiding me home. I'm sure each one of you similarly appreciates the contribution your lecturers have made to your learning and development. Above all, I would like to lovingly thank our families for their encouragement and support while on this journey of learning. I wish you all a very successful teaching career.
Thank you very much, Dr. Rodwell. I now declare this ceremony concluded. May I invite all present to join us for a cold drink in the marquee adjoining the Great Hall. The University Union also invites you to make your way afterwards to the Shortland Union building, where tea will be served. You'll be able to order photographs, have your testaments framed, and generally, no doubt, enjoy the company of your family and friends.